won the championship. Ferguson, can you blame the man for going out of his line temporarily?
The Main Stand magazine show is brought to you and supported by Saltire Energy, the global market leader in specialist drilling equipment rental. And although Craig International has 10 global offices and 19 different nationalities working across the company, sorry, but it's all about Scotland for the next month. Not sorry. Hi everybody, how you doing? A very warm welcome to Ali Beg ABTV this Tuesday night. Only a few days away now from the start of the Euros, but I thought it's about time we jump on and get our much needed Dons fix. So how are you? How you all been? Come on, tell me how you all doing. What we're looking for tonight is just to interact with the fans and just gather your thoughts on what is very little news coming out of Pittodrie at the moment. Something significant happened today. Well, I think it's significant. I think it's cryptically significant, which I spoke to North Sound 1 sports editor Dave Galloway about earlier today. So Dave Galloway is coming on the show a little bit later to have a chat about Bojan Majowski's tweet, which he put out earlier today. So I just thought we'd crack on with the show. Sorry I wasn't with you last week. I was having the second round of surgery last week, which thankfully went very, very well. Still a little bit sore, a little bit uncomfortable, but all in all, it went very, very well. So thank you for all your well wishes, and thank you to so many of you who took your time to get in touch with me and to check in on me and to see how I was doing. It was very, very much appreciated. So on the mend, another 5 weeks, and then we go in for the final round of surgery. And then hopefully after that, that will put me on the road to some sort. We'll never be fully recovered, but we could get to sort of 90-95%. That's what we're looking to do. So, there's a couple of things I want to start the show with, which I discussed with Dave Galloway, is the lack of any sort of list of players who are going to be released from the football club, or when their contract runs out will leave the football club. I asked Dave the question. I think it's a little bit unusual, I have to be honest. But then it got me thinking about it after I spoke to Dave, that maybe Jimmy Tillene, who Dave says is currently away on a family holiday, just wants that little bit of extra time to cast his expert eye over the players when they report back for pre-season, before he makes any sort of final decision on what will happen with players. Been a lot of talk about Kelly Roos, that he's on his way. Anthony Stewart will be released from his contract. No surprises there. No, for me, not a problem. And a lot of talk about Connor Barron as well. So it remains to be seen what happens with the Connor, but from what we understand, there are a number of English Championship clubs interested in him, as well as clubs from abroad. So I fully expect Connor to move on. But yeah, I just think it's a little bit quiet coming out of the football club. When do we think the boys will be back? So we're now roughly, just not long now, about 4 weeks, give or take, a couple of days here and there, that the boys kick off their League Cup campaign. So I would harbour a guess that they would do a good month to 3 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, full pre-season. So potentially, those who are not away on international duty, potentially they could report back maybe the beginning or the middle of next week. Who knows? So, and then I kind of fully expect there to be some sort of interview with Jimmy Tillene, where he obviously tells us what's going on. There's lots of talk about what he's doing currently, scouting the markets at the moment, keeping his eye on things for us. So look, it's, even though it is a little bit quiet, nothing to be overly concerned about. I think it's quite normal at the moment. Everybody's concentration appears to be on the Euros and see how Scotland get on and all that sort of stuff. So look, let's start with Bojan's tweet that he put out earlier today, where he basically said, "Fruitful adventures await with a sand timer emoji. So I put this out on my socials to see what sort of reaction it would get. And I would say the majority of the reaction has been that people think this is basically a cryptic message that he's putting out, that there could be a deal in the offering for him to go to a different club. Or some people are thinking that we're making something out of absolutely nothing, that it's just, it's just so happens that he's standing in front of a fruit stall and that's all it is, that there's absolutely nothing in it at all. But I got to be honest, I have to be honest, and I'll be totally frank with you, I think it's a cryptic post. I really do. Hope it isn't, but I do. So Dave and I discuss that in just a moment. So what we'll do is let's open it up to you to get going, and then we'll get Dave on in a minute. So let me pause that. Let me put my bins on. Right, let's get to the top. Let me bring that one down and bring that one up. There we go. So Gordon Keith Ritchie's on to start with. Hi Gordon, how you doing? He said, evening all. It's all quiet at Pittodrie. It's time to announce who is staying and who is going and start planning for next season. Come on your edge. Just how we started the chat, Gordon. Yeah, Graham Barron is here. Hi Graham. Good evening, Ali. I hope you're doing well after your surgery. It's great to see you back on our screens. Thank you, mate. I hope the tweet from Majowski isn't what I think it is and he's just enjoying the fruit. Fraser Garner said, greetings Ali and welcome back. Thank you mate, hope you're well. What positions do we need to focus on between now and the start of the season, guys? So if you want to interact with Fraser, please do. But as I keep saying here on the channel, if you're watching for the first time, absolutely delighted that you're here. I really hope you enjoy the show. Hope you enjoy the concept behind the show. And if you want to interact with those who comment on the show, please always be respectful of their comments. We are not one for tolerating any sort of abuse or bad language here either. So, because we want to keep it a safe haven for fans to have their say. That's our motto, safe haven. Chilling has said, all the best, everybody. Gordon Keith Ritchie came back to say, hope your surgery went well and we're glad that you're back doing a show. Thank you, mate. The Musical Box is here saying, hey, guys. Thank you, mate. I'm doing just fine after surgery. As I said, I'm still a wee bit sore and still a little bit of discomfort, but overall, it went very, very well. I've been told they were able to do what they had to do, and it puts me on the road to recovery. So yeah, very, very happy. Fraser Gunner said season ticket sales, hope still going upwards to get behind the team. So from what I can understand, and I think I read this somewhere, that the season ticket sales are the second best that we've had to date. So yeah, which I just think, again, just shows the enormity of how important our fan base are to this football club. Graham Clark is on. Good evening, fellow dandies. Hope you're all well and looking forward to daily games of football with the Euros. Come on, Scotland. Great to see you, Ali. Hope surgery was a success and you're on the mend. I'm doing just fine, thank you, fella. Half Breaks. Hi, Ali. How you doing? You okay? Nicola Beaton has said, hi everyone, looking forward to tonight's show. Hope you're doing okay, Ali. I'm doing just fine. Graham Klein has said, hopefully all is well. Talene wanting to keep a hold of Majowski. Big bid required to sell. So what do we think? For me, anything between 5 to 8 million. I think if we sell him for less than 5 million, I think it's an absolute travesty. So I would say anything between 5 to 8. DM said, get well soon, Ali. Hope it's all going well. Thank you. Alexander Wallace has said, hi, Ali. Nice to see you back. Was that the Scotland game on Friday? Need to pick themselves up for this week against Germany. Graham Barron has said, I was expecting a wee video of Talene from Red TV with him looking around Cormac Park and taking in Pittodrie and his insight on what he wants to do at Aberdeen. So it will come, Graham. Dave Galloway brings us up to speed with what he's doing and where he is currently. I'll get that to you in just a moment. The Musical Box said they could at least put out a video of tumbleweed rolling through Pittodrie. I find the silence from the club a little bit unnerving. New pitch going down as well. Scott W said, it's good to see you looking so well, Ali. Thank you, mate. Thank you, Raymond. Kilted Warrior said, good evening to everybody from me. Barry Cools here, wishing everyone a good evening. Scott W said, I wouldn't worry about the players who may be leaving. Apparently the club and Yimi are assessing the squad. Michael Findley's on, wishing everyone a good evening. Kilted Warrior is just reminding you to hit the old like button. So if you enjoyed tonight's show, please press the old like button. Thank you to those who continue to sign up to the membership scheme. It's, again, absolutely unbelievable. We're now over 70 members who, paid up members who are supporting me financially on this channel and this project. So thank you for your continued support with that. You have no idea how much it means. Right, we will get back to your comments, but let's get Dave on. So Dave Galloway is a frequent guest on the show, sports editor of North Sound 1, always got his finger on the pulse about things that are going on at Pittodrie. So after Bojan put that tweet out, quickly called him and says, do us a favour, let's jump on a Zoom and let's have a wee chat. And he did just that. Hi Dave, it's lovely to see you. Thank you so much as always for jumping on, particularly during the close season.
No problem.
There's only really one place to start, and that was with Bojan Majowski's tweet earlier. I got to admit, when I read it, my heart sank. What do you think?
It's cryptic to say the least. Fruitful adventures await, and there's a little emoji of a sand timer. So I would say either he's off or he's branched out into the fruit wholesalers business. He's maybe that's a contract to keep him on at Pittodrie. He can supply all the club's fruit. No, I think it definitely points towards a foreign adventure.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it was expected, was it not? I mean, it can't come as a surprise because let's face it, the guy's been magnificent, over a quarter of a century of goals in a wonderful season. You wonder where Aberdeen might have been had it not been for that. How bad could the league season have got then, But he's been a wonderful servant, and I'm sure if he's going, as we think he is, he'll go with everybody's best wishes.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, man, I must admit, I'm kind of feeling gutted sitting here, I've got to be honest. But look, let's just hope, that maybe it isn't what we all fear, but I think it is. Dave, just very quickly on the movements of the club and what's going on at the club. Obviously, we know that Johnny's going to be leaving. That was public knowledge. But in terms of having a list of players who are going to be released from their contracts and who are going to be leaving at the end of their contracts, the club have been very quiet. Is that unusual?
I would say it is, because usually by this time the club would have released some sort of statement saying what is going on. I mean we suspect, don't we, that the likes of Connor Barron are going, so it's going to be hard to replace somebody like that, what he does for the team. But let's just have faith that there's nothing sinister in the delay, and it's because the new manager, Jimmy Tulleen, is taking his time to go over everything with a fine tooth comb. I mean, I am led to believe that he's away on a short family break, which is fine because he's just left one job and gone into another one. But surely next week would be the chance to, get a proper update, because, we do need to be kept informed.
Yeah, 100%. Dave, thank you. I know you're really busy, so I'll let you crack on with your day.
No problem.
Great to see you.
Thanks, Ali.
Thanks, mate. Bye-bye. Thank you so much, Dave. So that's what Dave had to say. So let's get back to your comments and see how you're all doing again. Where are we? Right. Okay. So Scott W has said, I think Bojan's post is nothing more than him talking about holidays. Alexander Wallace makes a very good point. He says, frankly, I'm more interested in the guys who want to stay. Barry Coles said, sorry, you're just replying, beg your pardon. The Musical Box said, I don't ever remember the club taking this amount of time to publish the players' release list. Kirstine is on. How are you doing? Thank you. Barry said, hang on, where we go? Man, it's jumping about all over the place. Barry Cool is asking, is Yimmy at Todders from this Monday? I don't know. I did ask Dave that question. He was unsure, but the general consensus is that he will be. Barry Cole thinks Bojan Miovski is worth more than 8 million. Duncan Wright is on. Hi Duncan, 30 odd days until we kick off our season. Be good to hear from the club. Who is leaving? Any possible signings? When do the players report back? Baz Strachan, hi Baz, how are you? He says, evening everyone, hope you are all well. Big month ahead with the Euros and the start up of pre-season and the League Cup games. Barry Cole said we sold Scott McKenna for the same money. Good point. Musical Box says, no way 5 million Miovski. He's worth at least 10 million. Fraser has said, Ali, guys, if you could sign one player, dream thinking, to sign for the Dons currently and had unlimited cash, who are you signing? Boy, what a question that is. That's a really good question. Who would I currently sign? Unlimited cash. Messi? Tony Cruz? Kirsten's come back to say 10 million for Miovski from me, worth at least that if Celtic want 25 for Kyogo. Spot on. Scott W said, I would say if we sell Bojan, it shouldn't be less. It shouldn't be for less than 8 million. Gareth Hayes said, if we haven't got a replacement for Bojan, would be sensible from the football side to keep him. The money won't score JT 20 a season. Yeah, I'll take that. Nicola Beaton came back to say, Miovski has always had a great relationship with the fans, so hope he's not put out a cryptic tweet. Doesn't seem fair to the fans who have always been behind him. Yeah, you see, I just sometimes wonder why players do this kind of stuff. Because, all it does is just set chins wagging, and I'm the perfect example. So here we are doing a show talking about Bojan Miovski's tweet. Graham Klein has said, I'd imagine the Miovski deal would include a sell-on percent to profit as much as possible. Barry Cole's reminding everybody that he's still under contract. He's under contract for 2 more seasons, let's not forget. Musical Box said, pity Connor Barron is going as he adds a lot of energy to our midfield. David Gold, Rally Vids, has said, good evening. Hi David, how are you? Graham Klein said, with the games coming up soon, would prefer to get the transfer business done early, unlike us missing out on players like the Croatian central defensive midfielder. Barry Cole said, Jude Bellingham. Oh, Scott W. Oh, you're a brave chap. I'm going to read it out, mate. I hope you got your tin hat on. He said, I'd sign Ryan Jack. Graham Kleiner said, was the French press hinting at 7 million plus add-ons would be enough to sign him? The Musical Box said, I would sign Vinny Jr. Barry Cole says, think Esther will be an able replacement given games week after week. Yeah, I tend to agree with that. So if you've got any more comments, keep them coming in. That's all the comments that are in at the moment. I also don't have an issue with Esther. There is definitely the makings of a decent player in there. I have at times questioned his work rate, and I've also done the same with Bojan. I also started to question his work rate, not particularly this season, but I thought in his first season, I felt at times he went missing. And I think Esther is also guilty of going missing in games. But there's definitely a player in there, most definitely, and I think he could do well for us. I'm so happy that you guys interact with each other. It's so good. I really, it's one aspect of the channel that I really, really enjoy. is you guys interacting with each other. Oh, by the way, don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. If you haven't subscribed, I'd be absolutely thrilled if you would please consider it. We've got quite a high percentage of people who watch the channel who don't subscribe, who actually come back and watch, because that can be quite that could be quite unnerving. People that come in, don't like it, don't subscribe and go away. But we're actually retaining quite a lot of the same viewers, which is great. But in the same breath, a lot of these people don't actually subscribe to the channel. So don't forget, it doesn't cost you anything at all. You just get notifications if you set your settings right about shows that are coming up on the channel. So if you wouldn't mind, I'd be delighted if you would subscribe, because we really are pushing on now. You know, we're now over 3,600. The next target is obviously 3,700, and then we'll keep kicking on. But from what I can see, and I'm certainly not going to jump the gun on this, but from what I can see, we really are not far away from becoming the #1 exclusive to Aberdeen Football Club fans channel, which continues to blow my mind, considering we've only really done 2 full seasons. So, you know, we must be doing something right. We must be doing something right. Okay, so let's get back to some of your comments. Scott W. said Adams. Derek Adams. Kilted Warrior said, if money was no object, Mbappe. Okay, so Graham Clark says, Ali, assuming if you hadn't just come out of surgery recently, you would be crossing the border to Munich on Friday. I'd still be tempted, being that close to Germany as you are. So technically, I do actually live in Germany. So I live in the first village just across the border. So to give you an understanding of how close we are to the border, we live in Germany, but my kids go to school in Austria. So that's how mad and how close it is. So I got offered a ticket for Friday, very kindly, but I just felt, because I'm also travelling on Saturday, so I'm going to London to see my brother for a week, and I just felt if I went up to Munich, did the whole sort of match night experience, and then get home what would be very, very late, and then to get up really early to catch a flight, I think 10 days after surgery, 10 to 12 days after surgery, just a wee bit too much. As much as I wanted to go, but I promised my boys that we would sit and we would all watch the Scotland game together with our group of German friends. So we're going to be sticking a big plasma screen outside on my mate's terrace, and he's got the most sensational views of the valley. So that's how we're going to be watching the game on Friday night. A lot of you talking about Lauren Shankland. Barry Cole said, I'm off to Germany on Monday. Good for you, mate. Honestly, folk that come over, they're going to have the best time. Couple of tips for you. If you come over, you must ask for currywurst, which is a curry sausage. Oh my God. Ask for a Leberkäse Semmel. Leberkäse Semmel. A Semmel is basically a bap and the Leberkäse is a big piece of meat. Like, I think it's pork actually, but oh my God. It's, if you're looking for something like a dessert, something sweet, you have to ask for something called Kaiserschmarrn, which is, so if you can imagine taking a bunch of pancakes and just completely mashing them up, just absolutely whipping them into a frenzy, putting a bit of icing sugar over the top, maybe some raisins if you're into that, some apple mousse, apple sauce. Oh, dearie me. Baz Strachan said there's no news on the new away top either. But the musical box says away kit is always later than the home kit. No, you know, you're right, mate. Scott W said, I wouldn't be surprised to see if the away kit revealed is the same week as Yimmy arrives. Graham Barron said, that was a cracking Father's Day gift you got, Ali, that you shared the other day. So I don't know if you saw it, but my little boys made some drawings for me. Lennox drew basically what is a full-time graphic slate of us beating Real Madrid in the Cup Winners' Cup. It's just brilliant. And Harvey drew me a picture of him and I playing football together with the big Aberdeen crest above. You know, they are the best, these kids, honestly. Stuart Cleary said, good evening. Bojan's still under contract. If he goes, there needs to be 10 million plus, no underselling. It's the only thing that worries me, because we've been guilty of it in the past, is that we undersell him, and I really hope we don't. Kilted Warrior is asking me if I miss Rowies. I miss Butteries, mate. Mark Steinbach is on. Hi, Mark. How are you? Good to see that you're on the road to recovery. Thank you, mate. Majovski is a 10 million plus player every day. If money wasn't an issue, Harry Kane would almost fill Bojan's shoes. Stand free. Good shout, Harry Kane. Musical Box says, I think Yumi T is supposed to be at Pataudry this week at some point. Yep. Right, guys. So we've done nearly half an hour, which is great. So thank you as always for jumping on. So I am away next week. So as I said, I'm going to spend a week with my brother in London. Butteries. So there won't be a show next week, but when we get back, we will do another show. I've got a couple of quickfire question and answer sessions already lined up, so we'll get them in the can and get them put out in the next few weeks as well. And don't forget, if you are a member of Ali Beg ABTV, you get to watch these exclusively before anybody else. It's just a perk of being a member. Oh, I've started something here. Hang on, let me put the bins back on. I've started something here. Peter Lee says, no, definitely Rowies. Hey, Scott Farquhar's here saying, hope you're feeling better, Ali. We're heading out to Frankfurt next week, so can't wait. Any idea what colours the away kit will be? And also wonder what Bojan meant by his cryptic tweet earlier. I know we've been discussing it the whole show, Scott. A lot of you are talking that the new away kit could be yellow. Chilling has said, a butter in a square sausage, mate. Kirsten has said, it's Rowies. The Mad Ferret said, it's Rowies. Graham Clark, definitely Rowies. Oh dear. Rowies is winning, to be fair. It is, it really is. Rowies and tomato soup. Oh, behave. Right, guys, we'll call it a night. Thank you so much for coming on. It's been absolutely brilliant, as always. Delighted to see so many of you on, and I'm absolutely delighted that you're all doing really well. So take very good care of yourselves, and I will see you in a fortnight or so, give or take. I might even do a show from London. I'll see how we get on, yeah? If anything significant happens, I'll jump on somehow. It won't be from here. It'll be from my brother's bedroom or something like that in London. But we will definitely do a show if anything significant happens. So in the meantime, please take very good care of yourselves. Come on, Scotland. Can't wait. I got to be honest. I'm right up for this. So I'll see you soon. All the very best. Take care. Oh, stand free.